Again, for the people in the back, my name is John Guyton, and if you're like, what did I just stumble on? What you're watching right now is what's called Motivation on Demand. So I'm a speaker, I'm a producer, I do some cool video stuff at John Guyton Studios, but right now, what we're doing is you give me your comments, your words. It could be literally something that you're struggling with, something that you're thinking about. It could also be a challenge. You put the word in the comments, and then I will turn it into a talk. And I don't mean to talk tomorrow or next week or even in an hour after I've had time to prepare. It's literally going to happen in about 1 minute. So whatever that means, let's rock. So you give me your words, and I'll use those words. So if I see it, I'll say it within reason. Some words are ridiculous. And some I don't know how to pronounce, but that's okay. We use those too. All good. We're going to get some real talk today. I can feel it. I can feel it already. You know, if you guys don't have words, I got some words. I'm feeling like something needs to be talked about today. And it's a different. Oh, we got a word. Persnickety. Wow. Persnickety. Wow, that's you don't use that often, you know what I mean? Persnickety, I like that. Yeah. Persnickety, okay, all right. Yeah, got it. Okay, cool. All right. Cool, well that works. What else? We got persnickety. What else do you guys want me to say? Look, if you're just joining, you're like, what is this? It's Motivation on Demand. Right now, we've got one word coming from you, persnickety. We're going to use the other. And that's, look, when I say you, it's you guys on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Did I miss one? LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, that's all. I've got you guys locked in. We're live. So, yeah, just throw your words out and we'll rock and roll. Right now we've got persnickety, so I'm gonna use that, and we're gonna build something off of that. So, all right, we are gonna rock. I've got persnickety. I'm gonna use more words as they come in, but I want to talk to you today about outcomes versus process. And I'm also going to add consistency. Consistency, I like that. It's a great word. Outcomes versus process, right? What's the gap between outcomes and process? And quite frankly, you know, it's kind of annoying. You know, you hear all the time people talk about their outcomes. You know, talk about their outcomes. You know what I mean? What's good? What's good, Brandon? What's good, Shelby? It's like they talk about the outcomes, right? Either I got the job or I didn't get the job. Either I got the investment or I didn't get the investment. Either I made partner at the firm or I didn't make partner at the firm. They talk about how they're treated in certain circumstances. They invited me to the event or they didn't invite me to the event. Or, hey, people are treating me in such a way, right? They're treating me in this different way. People are obsessed with outcomes. And quite frankly, they're pretty persnickety about what those outcomes should be, right? I should be able to get this type of life. I should be able to live in this type of way. Or people should be calling me to hang out and to have fun. Or these are the types of friends that I should have. Or people should treat me in this way no matter what. People are obsessed with the outcomes. But wait a minute. We can't be obsessed with outcomes. Right? We can't be, right? Quickly, we can't be obsessed with outcomes without the other stuff. Well, what's the other stuff? Well, we talk about if we got it or didn't get it. We talk about if the business made it or if the business failed. We talk about if our relationship is going the way we want it to go, right? Are we getting the things that we want in our relationships, right? Are we being fulfilled in the way that we want to be fulfilled? But what's the missing piece? The missing piece is you're not talking about the process. You see, everything has a cost. Just like a car has a cost. Pretty clear, right? It's like, well, this is a $10,000 car. This is a $20,000 car. This is a $50,000 car. Boom, you can understand that. A house has a cost. It's $1 million house. It's a $500,000 house. It's a $100,000 house. And you know what comes in that house. Food has a cost. Services have a cost. Everything has a cost. There's no difference. Well, there isn't actually a big difference. There's no difference, though, between what you're buying and the outcomes that you want. The outcomes that you want also have a cost. You just don't see them as dollars and cents. I wish it worked that way. I wish I could literally tell you, hey, if you do these exact things, this is the outcome that you'll receive. And it's very, very rare that that's the case. Very rare that's the case. You can't say, I'm going to do these things, and yes, indeed, I'm going to get this outcome. That's not how it works. So I wish it did, though. I wish I could literally tell you, hey, if you do 30 minutes of extra work every single day learning this or doing this, if you do these typical things, if you do these things for 129 days straight, you're going to get this promotion. Or if I said, hey, you're looking to, prime example, an entrepreneur came to me and was talking about their investment, and they're saying, hey, John, can you make an introduction for me to an investor? I'm like, tell me more. So they tell me about their business, and they say, John, I need some investors, and I know you've got a whole network of investors that you talk to and that you have relationships with. I said, oh, great. And I said, well, who are you looking for? And they said, well, anybody it's a biotech company, anybody who's interested in biotech. Yeah, here's my website. Tell them about what we do and connect us. Man, I'd appreciate that. I'm like, wait a minute. You want to put me to work? Let's just break down what you just said. Okay, so outcome, right? You want to get your business funded. What you're missing is the process. What I told them was, I said, well, I have a suggestion. Why don't you make it easy for me to serve you? Because right now you want to put me to work. You want me to literally cross-reference your biotech company with all the investors that I know, figure out who's a good fit, formulate a message, send it to them. Instead, what if you emailed me, you said, hey, John, I noticed that you're connected to Frank so-and-so, and they have a focus in biotech, and I want you to make an introduction. I've actually written something that you can just forward on to Frank so-and-so. And if they're open for a meeting, I'd appreciate it. Well, now you've taken my workload from here to here so that I can help you help yourself. What I'm hearing, though, is a lot of folks, the entrepreneurs say, well, I haven't gotten funded. And I'm like, outcome, haven't gotten funded. Again, obsessed with the outcome. But hold on, let's talk about the process. Let me see your deck. We look at the deck. The deck is garbage, trash. Literally, just like, what are you doing? What is this? What is this? Your addressable market is too generic, right? Your pitch sucks, and you haven't focused on your pitch. Okay, cool. How many investors have you reached out to? Oh man, I've reached out to 15. 15? 15? Some entrepreneurs, they literally reach out to hundreds of investors, hundreds, and you've reached out to 15. The outcomes aren't happening a lot of times because the process isn't there. And not only do you have to understand and fall in love with the process, you have to have consistency. You see, you'll do it today because you're excited about it. You'll do it maybe tomorrow. You'll do it that other day. But what about when you don't feel like doing consistency? Come to me when you said, I'm much more sympathetic if you come to me and you said, John, I've reached out to 50 investors every single day for the past 180 days. 6 months I've been in this thing. Now we might have a situation. But you're going to the game expecting a blowout. You're going to the game expecting a blowout. And then when you lose, you're shocked that you lose the game. Well, wait a minute. You're obsessed with the outcome, but you need to be obsessed, right? You need to be persnickety about the process. You need to be obsessed with the process. And not only that, but you have to have the consistency to do it again and again and again. It doesn't matter what it is. It's exercise, it's your faith, it's everything in your life. You can't just do it 1 time, 2 times and say, I did it, and then complain when the outcome's not yours. You get to say, I'm here for this. I really do understand this. This is what I want. Okay, great. It's like if you want to be a basketball, let's say basketball is your sport, but you don't go shoot free throws. You're saying, I want to make the team, and you don't want to shoot free throws, right? Or let's say that you want to be the toughest person on the planet, but you're scared to get into a kerfuffle. You know what I mean? You got to prepare. If you're going to be a wrestler, if you're going to be a fighter, if you're going to be a basketball player, if you're going to be a lawyer, there is a process that's involved. There's a process. There is a payment. It must be paid. You can't say, who's the hamburglar? I give you $1 tomorrow for a hamburger today or something like that. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You got to pay the price. You got to understand what the process is and say, you know what? I'm committing to the process. I'm going to commit to consistency. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do the things required to get it done. Outcomes, you haven't earned the right to talk about outcomes. Some folks talk, well, I don't think they're treating me fairly. It's like, well, how are you treating you? What do you mean they're not treating you fair? How are you treating you? Because as I see it, you're not doing the things that are required, but you want the outcomes. You want the car without the car payment. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So if you're finding yourself right now with an outcome that you want, work yourself backwards and find out what does this thing cost? And can I afford it? And do I have what it takes to be consistent to make sure that I'm doing the things over and over and over again until I get them? That's the real question. Get to work. Get yourself to work. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Kerfuffle. I like that. I like that. Look, what did you just witness? You just witnessed another episode of Motivation on Demand. You typed up some words. I put them into a talk. That's how it goes. If you get here early, I'll kind of formulate the talk around what you said. If you come a little bit later, I'm going to throw the words in. I got your back. Anyways, I had a lot of fun. Hopefully that was valuable to you. Look, if you're thinking about something that you want to get done, hey, let's figure out what it costs. And let's go ahead and start making those payments. You know what it is. You don't even need to be told. You know what it is. You know what it is. Do the things. Work yourself back, work backwards, find out what that thing is, and then we'll just do that thing, all right? What I'm going to do is end this at some point. We're just going to jam out, and I'm going to pretend like I'm doing stuff. And that's it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time on Motivation on Demand. I'm John Guyton. This is John Guyton Studios. Appreciate you. Peace. All right. A little fake writing. Yeah. It's going to be like that. A little paper stacking. That's it. That's the thing.